In today's video, I'm going to show you how to layer in Tinkercad, even though Tinkercad does not have a traditional layer panel like Photoshop or some other CAD programs. Instead, you can use grouping, the Workplane tool, visibility controls, and multicolor settings to organize your design and make it much easier to build in a clean, structured way. This is perfect for beginners who want to stack parts, build on different surfaces, or keep complex projects easier to manage. If this tutorial helps you out, go ahead and hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe for more simple Tinkercad tips and tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump right in. First, let's talk about the most important idea. In Tinkercad, a group can act like a layer. If you have several shapes that belong together, you can select them all and group them into one object. To do that, click and drag to select multiple objects, or hold Shift and click each one individually. Then press Ctrl+G on your keyboard. Once grouped, those shapes behave like a single piece, which makes your project much easier to move, copy, and organize. This is especially useful when you want to build in stages. For example, if you create a base, then add details on top, grouping helps you keep those parts together. And if you ever need to edit the pieces separately again, you can ungroup them by pressing Ctrl+Shift+G. That gives you the flexibility to go back, change one part, and then regroup it when you're done. Now let's move on to the Workplane tool, which is one of the best ways to create what feels like vertical layers in Tinkercad. If you want to build on a specific surface instead of the main ground grid, press W on your keyboard. Then click on the face of the object where you want to start working. Tinkercad will place a new blue workplane on that surface, and now anything you drag into the workspace will align to that face. This is really useful if you want to add something on top of a box, a wall, a lid, or any other part of your design. For example, if you're creating a laptop model and want to place a logo or sticker on the lid, the Workplane tool makes that much easier. You don't have to guess the height or manually align everything. Just press W, click the surface, and start building directly on that area. When you're finished using a custom workplane, press W again and click on an empty area to return the grid back to the default floor view. That resets your workspace so you can continue designing normally. Another helpful trick is using hide and show commands when your project gets more complex. If you have a lot of overlapping shapes and want to look underneath a specific part, you can hide an object by selecting it and pressing H on your keyboard. That removes it from view temporarily without deleting it, which is great when you're trying to edit something behind it or underneath it. Then, when you want everything back, press Ctrl+Shift+H to show all hidden objects again. This is a simple but powerful way to manage layers visually, especially in larger projects where things can get crowded fast. You can also use Multicolor to make your design look like it has separate layers, while still keeping everything grouped together. To do this, select your grouped object and look at the solid color option in the inspector window. When you enable Multicolor, Tinkercad keeps the object grouped, but each part can still show a different color. That makes it easier to visually separate the layers in your design without having to ungroup everything. This is perfect for presentations, prototypes, or any project where you want the design to stand out clearly. You get the organization of grouping and the visual clarity of different colors at the same time. So to quickly recap, if you want to layer in Tinkercad, remember these 4 main ideas. Use grouping to combine parts into one layer-like object. Use the Workplane tool to build on top of specific surfaces. Use hide and show commands to manage visibility in complex designs. And use Multicolor if you want different parts of a grouped design to appear as separate visual layers. If you follow those steps, you can create much cleaner, more organized projects in Tinkercad without needing a traditional layer panel. It may work differently from other design software, but once you understand these tools, it becomes really easy to control your model and build with confidence. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe for more Tinkercad tutorials, and let me know in the comments what you want to learn next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.